Afrikaburn is, as all burns in the world, an experiment. Here we can try out new things, and the best things we can do is things that actually provide us a sustainable future, because we need that. And I don't know a better playground for new ideas that make our lives better, that make other lives better than this. So this is now the time we should do it, eh? Yeah. The gifting aspect is very important. You know, we're not getting something for ourselves. Yeah. We just use it first, kind of. Yeah. I mean, leaving no trace is nice, but this is about leaving a good trace. I'm overthinking always.
Yeah. Pandemic, everything on hold, we packed it away, and now we're here, and we have a new mindset. Are you excited? So what excites you about this thing?
I think the most exciting thing is that after waiting for such a long time that the world changes in a place where we actually can build such things, is that we're not just doing things but how we wanted to do it. Things turned out better, plans got bigger, and one of my biggest dreams was always actually to have a solar rig on top of such a thing.
Right. Okay. We're building the Tree of Stories, and it's one of the most exciting projects that certainly I've had the privilege of being involved in. It's a magnificent effort. Thomas, what are we doing? What are we doing here?
We do something that we can't do alone. That's why we're out here all together. And we can't do it alone because it's quite a thing. I remember when you guys reached out to me about this beautiful thing that actually now stands behind us. It's been a crazy thing from the very beginning, and I was very excited to do it. And then 2020 came and we got a full stop on the thing. But we kept dreaming, we kept thinking. I mean, the plan was pretty crazy from the beginning. The sheer amount of LEDs we want to put in here, and it's still very challenging and still very epic.
You got any numbers? Huh? Give me a number.
Well, we got 381 meters of LEDs. That's something like 14,000 pixels. I still hope my laptop can handle that, especially with the heat. The very important thing to see here is we're not building an artwork and we run it with solar power. This thing transformed into an artwork that is the solar rig we want to use. The structure itself, it's integrated. There will be no cables from this structure going anywhere. It will feed itself, it will do it silently, it will give shelter to people. It will be a place where people can gather together.
Great.
I love it.
Great. What I'm really interested in is your notion of progression. Leaving no trace, as you said, is one thing, but leaving a good trace is another thing entirely. The contribution that I see that you want to make here is really about looking into the future, and how do we change events to think in this way?
Changing things can be amazing. It's very important actually to have a shiny, bright example of a change. It's easy to take a generator out here. It's noisy, you have to refill it, it's probably going to break down at some point because of the dust, but someone has one, you bring it here and it works. But just the last days, it was so quiet here, and it opens your mind, and it creates definitely better art. So I never want to go back to that, because this is the future. And the very thing is, we can only do such things together. I can't afford to buy such a solar rig. We need to do such things together. It's an investment in the future. it's not just trying to do things, it's trying to do things better. So that's what this is all about.
Yeah. What happens to this solar rig when we're done with the event?
What's very important here is that this solar rig is not ours. It's going to be gifted after we used it for this beautiful tree of stories.
Oh wow!
Behind us.
So what is your plan to give to whom?
It's going to go to school in the Tanquekaroo, where it will provide clean energy for free.
Wow! So, Thomas, how long does this last? I mean, tell me a little bit about the longevity of your idea.
What I know from South Africa is that nothing gets thrown away here. People always use what they get as long as possible. And we're talking here about 25 years. And the burn is just a week. And this will provide sustainable energy for the school for decades.
Yeah. So Thomas, tell us a little bit about how you plan on raising money for this endeavor. I mean, you've got an event, you have an outreach, you have a gift, you have all sorts of things. What is the plan behind this?
Well, the plan is already half done. When I was still in Switzerland, I organized an event when we raised half of the money already.
Right.
Because people love the idea and they've been very generous to give already 6,000 out of 12,000 Swiss francs we need for this solar rig. And now we do a fundraising campaign where actually everybody can contribute. It would be great if people who fly to Afrikaburn would maybe compensate their flight.
So you have an offset program?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this
Okay.
is carbon offsetting. It will replace generators.
Yeah.
It will replace generators for decades, for a very long time. And I feel like if people love the idea of having a lighthouse for solar rigs, for renewable energy, for a bright future of mankind.
We need help, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would be really great if you play your part for a better future and maybe leave some good trace and help us to make it happen. We need you. We can't do everything alone. And even if this sounds maybe like a dream, even if it's maybe very idealistic, I feel like this is the place where we can actually do such things. So, see you in the dust.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. Wow. Yeah.
Director, can we have a cut?
Yeah.